brutal. So, Coach, how's spring going so far?
Spring's going great. It's an opportunity for me to assess where all the boys are at, and they've been working hard. During the winter quarter, we only get a couple hours with the ball a week, but now we're going 20 hours with the ball, and so every day we're getting a little bit better. Great test for us on Saturday against Stanford to see where we're at.
Yeah, how does that work kind of from where you sit in terms of development for college soccer and and not being able to see them very much during winter, but then now kind of getting back into the swing of things in terms of contact time and everything else that goes along with that?
Well, it's a little bit different for me other than my colleagues, because I haven't had an opportunity to spend time with these guys during the fall, and so really I am still learning all the strengths and weaknesses and the personalities of the team, and so these games are really important. It's not only important to get good results, but to show that each and every game that we're developing, both individually and collectively as a team, the Stanford game and then follow it up with a USF, those are two very, very good games that will prepare us for the fall.
Right. Tell me about this spring. Maybe is a little bit different than most springs in college because of the fact that you have a new staff here, guys maybe trying to prove themselves. Do you think there's maybe a little bit higher intensity given that for the spring versus maybe a spring next year or the year after for you?
Well, the bottom line is that there is no fixed starting lineup for this team, and so everyone's competing for that starting lineup. They're competing to make an impression. We're trying to raise the standard. We're trying to build upon what the predecessors have built here at Cal Poly. But our goal is to compete with the very best in the country and to be the very best. And so we're raising the standard, and so everyone has to pick up their game. And I've been very impressed with the level of effort. We have some definite areas that we need to work on, but I'm very confident that those will be resolved come the fall.
Has anybody in particular impressed you? I know it's still really early. Has there been any particular player or players or group that has kind of stood out?
Well, aside from Wade Hamilton and Chase Minter and Matt LaGrasse, I really think that Kip Coley is an impressive young man. All four of those guys, I think, have the ability to play at the next level, but based on what I've seen so far, I think Kip is showing that he truly belongs at the professional level, and I'm really excited to see what he can do this spring and next fall.
Got it. And things you need to work on? Care to share?
Oh yeah, things we need to work on is obviously our ability to hold possession of the ball against a very good opponent that puts a lot of pressure on us. Our ability to continue to play out of the back. Our defensive organization has to get better. Our speed of play has to get better. And obviously we're confronted with the opportunity in front of the goal to have the composure to put the ball in the back of the net. So that might seem like a lot. That's not uncommon for every single program in the country to have to work on those kinds of things. But if you want to be the best, those are the areas that you have to get good at.
I saw Bjorn out here at Central Defense today. What does he bring specifically, the transfer from Oregon State?
Well, he's an older player. He's 23 years of age, and he brings that level of maturity that I think would be great for our back line. He's a very good communicator, great organizer. He's a little rusty because he hasn't played in a while, so we're hoping to inject him into the game against Stanford, but I'm really hopeful and confident that Bjorn will be a great addition to our back line this coming fall.
Yeah, and I haven't got a chance to talk to you since the recruiting class was announced too. It seems like experience was something that was really important, especially with the player who played over in Eastern Europe a little bit. Can you tell me a little bit about, just really quickly, about the recruiting class and what you expect? Because those guys aren't out here yet either, right?
That's correct.
Right.
So
yeah.
We have another 6 players coming in, a very high level. All of them have great attributes in their respective positions. George Grody, who comes from the Czech Republic, who is actually born and raised in Huntington Beach, has spent the last 4 years there at a top academy. So we're really anxious to see him here with us and what he can do. He plays in a wide position, and he loves to go at defenses. Louis Heinzer, who is a great midfielder in Sacramento, plays for Sacramento United. He's a really fun player to watch. I think the fans are really going to enjoy him. He too loves to go at.
Like a mentor kind of?
Well, he's not just a connector. He's one that loves to get in behind defenses. I can play him as a center back. I can play him as a holding midfielder. I can play him higher up the field. He's an incredibly versatile player for us, and he has incredible speed. So these are the kinds of things you can't teach. So bringing that to the team is going to be a great advantage for us.
Good deal. And then go over the schedule really quickly. You guys played one game already. You have one game this Saturday against Stanford.
Yeah, we played Monterey Bay last Friday. We won 2-0. Could have easily been 4 or 5-0. So there were some flashes of some really good stuff, and obviously some things that we need to work on. Stanford this coming Saturday at 7 o'clock at Spanos, and then we play USF a week later. Then Bakersfield, and then we play UC San Diego on a neutral site in Moore Park. So they can travel halfway out, we'll travel halfway down, and that's a very good D2 program, and it'll be the finishing game for us before we end our spring.
That's where I went to school. Yeah, they're a good D2. Yeah, absolutely. All right, thanks, Coach.